Zoom. So welcome to everybody coming on. Thanks, especially in the summer when it's hot out, it's nice out. There's lots of other places, things you could be doing. So appreciate you guys tuning in. And it is just yours truly tonight. Nicole is on holidays. Jen has got a family thing going on, and same with Sarah. So I am here. You guys are stuck with me. So let's just recap quick last week with Ali. How did you guys, not so much how did, you can share how you enjoyed the training, but have you used any of that training for follow-up yet? Just unmute yourself and, start talking. Because like I said, I can only see 3 people at a time.
Jim?
Anyone at all?
Yeah, Jim can go ahead and share his.
Well, we both did actually had follow-ups, or we contacted people and had some good responses in the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellie definitely triggered a number of things for us that is going to help us move forward. We realized that a lot of things that we weren't doing, and like they said, the
one and done.
What did they say? The money is in the follow-up.
Fortune.
The fortune's in the follow-up, and we're realizing that more and more, and how to stay even close. Now, there's something that we just realized recently. A number of the different orders that were going out, there was issues coming from head office, whatever orders. So it's very important to follow up with your customers to make sure that they're getting their full order, because it actually happened to us also recently. And they don't charge you to send out the remaining order that they missed, on their behalf, but it's very important to follow up on that.
Absolutely. What do you say to people when you're calling them for their order, that like the next order is due to go out?
Well, for us is it's a reminder. First of all, I like to open it up. Hey, how are you doing? Like, did you have a good summer? How's things going? How are the kids doing? I kind of open up more personal, and then I say also would like to let you know that you have an order coming due in such a date, and let us know if you need any changes. And I like it for them to follow up rather than ask them, you want to delay it or whatever. Just ask, do you need a change, or is all good? You're consistent. And it's been working pretty good that way. We've had some, unfortunately, they forget to eat when they go on holidays. They don't take their Juice Plus with them, so they have to have delays. I still don't get that part. I don't get it, but yeah.
Well, some people just aren't that committed to it yet, right? Because they can't feel it. So
yes,
that happens. But that's really good about what you said. I like how you tell them to let you know, because you know how brutal people are at getting back to us. So I put the onus on them and always start with good news, just building that relationship. And then letting them know, I just say, oh, your next box. I said, I just got a notice that your next box is due to go out. You should be only have about half a bottle left. And if you need it sooner or later, just let me know. If I don't hear from you, I'll assume all's good and it's going to ship out on such and such a date. So then you're done and you don't have to try to follow up with them. That's so important. The other thing I'm trying to do with people is give them something of value every single time I'm reaching out with them. If they're just somebody that you're doing the standard follow-up with, I don't mean somebody in the Shred 10 group where you're sending them, like you're talking to them almost every day when they're doing the Shred 10. I mean the people that coincide with the email program, right, that head office reminds us to send them. So I do a thank you card when they're a new customer, using an amazing program. It's already set up. I just enter their address and out goes the card. If anybody wants info on that, I can tell you about it. So anyways, I do that at the beginning so that they're getting something. The next time is after 30 days. So then I send them a video because I want them to know what is happening inside their body, because a lot of times people don't feel it. So then they'll say, oh, it's not working for me. So if we can educate them that, holy cow, this is what's going on in their gut. So I usually send them the Mitra Ray Gut Health, but depending on what your customer is all about, you can send them anything. And then you can send them a new cookbook, and then I'll send them a recipe, something like that, or an article, depending on what that person is. So if you can just constantly value add, they're going to love that, because it was never just about the sale, right? They're like, holy cow, this is great. It's not, oh, here's another email, the same thing. How are you? Checking in, making sure your habit is Juice Plus. And you'll stay more top of mind for them. And if you're top of mind, Juice Plus is going to be more top of mind. So those are some awesome things to share. That's great. And so tell us specifically what you did with the Alley training, Jim. You said you got some results with that. So what did you say to people and what did they say?
Let's see. I'd have to get out my cell phone here to check.
Well, but like
something, okay,
exact, but
something from that really resonated again, because we started using TeamZ. I started a few months back, and I realized I needed something to keep me accountable. So that actually worked very well. We've gotten off track here recently due to a number of different things happening, but what Ellie reiterated again, that TeamZ is so good because you can put your reminders right in there. It's all set, it's all programmed for you. So it's not, it's very easy to remember to contact, or maybe the follow-up or the prospect said, you know what, I'm not ready right now, I'm busy, can you call me in 2 weeks? Bam, you can put that reminder in there in 2 weeks and it'll come up. So it just sort of reconfirmed. And oh yes, and I also reached out to a lady recently that it just come up in a feed, but we met her in Costa Rica when we were there this winter, and she lives in Toronto, has 3 children. So I reached out to her, and how I worded it, you know, I talked about our healthy revolution and the amount of information that we have, like about healthy living and the videos that you could relate to. And just how I worded it, she said, you know, I'm very interested, but she said, I'm on vacation right now and I have really poor Wi-Fi. Could you get back to me when I get home? So I had to send another email because I didn't know longer how our vacation was. And I said, just let me know when you're going to be home, how long you're gone, and I'll reconnect with you. So that does work. Just reaching out to people, letting them know you have something of value that they could use.
You did say, though, I don't know if this would interest you or not.
Right.
And then he went into it.
Oh, good.
And it takes the pressure off them right away when you let them know that, you know, it's no pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else example they want to share before we jump into some Instagram stuff?
Yeah.
I'm hearing crickets. Alrighty. So let's go on to Instagram. If you can, if you're not on your phone already, open up your Instagram page if you have it, so you can look at it while I'm talking and share some tips. I've been doing a training, like learning myself, and I just want to share with you guys some, I think, some really amazing tips. Do not go look at my Instagram for examples, because I'm just in the process of reworking it, because you'll look at it and you'll say, Melissa said this, hers doesn't look like that. So some of it does, but I'm in the process of changing a lot of stuff over. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is your Instagram bio right at the top there. You want to make sure it's your face or you or something that is you, so people will connect to who this person is right away. And you want to, and then in that description, you've got 150 characters. So you want to use that really effectively, and you want to do 2 things that I've learned. One is one is kind of the selfish part of the selfish why, such as financial freedom, time, choices like that. You want to work that into part of that 150 characters, and also letting people get to know you just a little bit. So that part I've started to work on mine. You'll see I love chocolate, I love CrossFit, and then tying in the financial freedom and like summer at the cottage and just other things like that. So it's not totally blatant. So you want to let them in your world a little bit, let them get to know you just a little bit. And the other part that is so obvious, which I never thought of, and looking at so many Instagrams now, so many people don't do it. What most people are doing is just using it as a description all about themselves or what they like or whatever it is. It's just it's just like me, the whole thing, all about me, all about me. Whereas what we want to do for let's call it the reader, your audience, is you want to give them a reason why they should follow you. Right away, it should be like, oh, wow, this person is a chef, is a foodie, a holistic foodie, follow, always providing great recipes, so that I see that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to follow this person because I want to get their recipes all the time. So again, look, when you're looking at your profile, you've only got 150 characters. So you've got to say, like, give your readers a reason to follow you. And they say it's literally within a few seconds, they take a quick look at your profile and it's like, nah, yeah, I want to be following this person or I don't. And it's all, when I say 150 characters, it's hearts, it's exclamation marks, it's stars, it's letters, it's numbers, all of that counts in the 150 characters. And you'll be surprised how little that is to say. So you may need to rework it a few times, get some key words out of there.
Where do you find the bio? Like, when you
it's
go
right on your Instagram page. If you hit the little person on the bottom right when you're on Instagram, it brings up your page where it has a description of you.
Oh, okay.
You may not even have anything there. I didn't even have a description for the longest time. They just say your name and how many followers, how many posts, and how many you're following.
Okay.
Okay.
I did do that a while ago. So yeah.
Yeah. So just go back and take a look at it if what I'm sharing with you makes sense. So some other things that you want to, as I said, communicate with your audience is you want some sort of emotional connection with them. So that's why it's so important to have a picture of you. It could be with your dog if you want to, but not a picture of a sunset, which is beautiful, unless maybe you're a photographer. And maybe that would be important that way. Possibly I could see it, but you want to get connected to your audience, right? So that they can put a face to your name and just start building that relationship, even though it's over social media. And again, explaining like meeting the client's needs. So if you look at mine, what does mine say? It says, lose yourself, building a career or raising a family, something like that. Looking for a tribe, you've found us. Join the fun. So I've indicated a pain that people may have. And then the solution is you found your tribe here with us. So something like that, right? Try to identify a pain, something that people can connect to you emotionally with, and then you provide a solution to them, for them. Let's see here. All right. So yeah, the followers should feel something with words you use in your bios and all the pictures. And if you go look at some, let's call them high profile people, you know, the people that are always promoting the Instagram training and stuff like that, you go look at their Instagram, it is a work of art, their posts. Whereas if you go look at mine right now, it's just crapshoot. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all of that kind of thing. Whereas theirs looks so great. So you want to try and convey your message through your pictures, through quotes. And I really, really, really strongly recommend videos. Even if it's not a live video, if it's just a posted video, like you did it before and you just post it, I get hundreds and hundreds of views. Whereas if I do just a post, like of a quote, I'll get literally a handful. Or if I do a still photo, then at least I'm getting closer to 100. So if you can put your face on your Instagram for all of your posts, you're going to get way, way, way more followers. It's so, so important to do that because it's about that connection, right? And the other thing that I did before was wrote down they called it my superpowers. Everything that, let's say, you're good at or you're known for, or all your qualities, absolutely everything. And to help me with that, I sent out a message to a bunch of people saying, I'm trying to create my brand. Can you tell me what you think my superpowers are? And so I got back all kinds of things. And then you can sort of start categorizing and start to see what's coming up often, you know, and start to work your brand around that. And I'm not going to go into brand tonight, but just start trying to define what those key words are that are part of your superpowers. And once you can determine those, then you can start building your Instagram brand around that all of the time, right? So again, let's just use the chef thing. Then it's Whole Foods and it's, you know, easy in the kitchen and all that. Your posts are going to take on a whole different meaning, right? You're going to do all different kinds of posts if it's going to reflect that brand that you're trying to build, right? And there is no wrong or right, because you are you. All of you are unique. All of you are going to have different brands. So there's no wrong or right or what should I do or what you shouldn't do, because everything you post is going to be right because it's going to be reflecting your brand. You just need to decide what it is. What is that message, the image that you want to convey? Does that make sense? Anybody shake their head? Yeah, no? So it does take time. This isn't something you can do overnight. I've been working on learning as I go as well. But to just brainstorm, as I said, everything you can think of, every compliment you've ever been given. Wow, you're really good at this. I love it when you do this. You're so helpful with this, whatever it is. And then reach out to your network and ask for some feedback and see what you can get. And then you can start, as I said, start building around that. And then when you start getting themes like that, then you could even start researching colors. So if, I'm not even gonna give examples about colors, but different colors represent different things, right? Like yellow represents happiness. So if that's kind of it, sorry, my dog, guys, I don't know what he's doing. Represent that, then you can start having a bit of a yellow theme. So there's a bit more of a flow in all of your posts there. So then it starts to look like babes and anyone wanting to be a boss babe and stuff like that. It seems this theme of pink, which I think is really beautiful, but I'm not convinced you have to have one color like that in the whole thing, you know, because there's another girl, what's her name? Doesn't matter. Anyways, she is with Juice Plus, but she's all about travel and experiences. So she has herself in 99% of the photos, but it's always different photos, different scenic backgrounds and things like that. So obviously the color is changing, but it's still the same theme, right? But stuff to give some thought. So when you are choosing color, at least you can be choosing the right one. So if you're wanting to put fun in there and you're choosing blue instead, well, then maybe you'll think, oh, maybe I should use yellow. Or what I realized for myself is I never thought about having blue in there, but I resonate so much with water. And blue is obviously a color of water. And so I was, someone gave me some feedback that maybe you should start including that in there because it resonates so much with me and what I'm about in my brand. So some things like that to start thinking about on that level. Let's see here. Okay, what else? Yeah, so ideally you want to unite to your tribe, like to all of your followers there, and you want to form these lasting relationships with these people, and then you want to turn these followers into buyers, right? So once they have that relationship and they trust you, that's when they're more likely to buy from you, right? And then you can take it to a whole other level where you can have a website in your bio there so people can click on and go off and on there, but that's a whole other course in itself. And the purpose of, like, one of the purposes of your Instagram is you want people to be getting in touch with you. So you put your website up there. You could put your email up there if you have an offer for them. Like if you're going to provide recipes all the time, reach me here at my email, or not saying shred 10, but putting it up there. You could, email me for free recipe books, things like that, so that you start to collect people's information, and then you have this database which you can in turn turn into buyers after that. Okay. It's forgotten. All right. Any questions on anything I've said so far? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I put on there. Would you say
Nope.
not to
You
use
want to
that?
make people curious. That's actually, thank you. That's what I wanted to talk about. Do not Juice Plus or opinions about. You are not Juice Plus, right? That's just something we do. And as I'm sure all of you know, it is so much, what we do is so much more than just the Juice Plus capsules, right? We are part of a huge movement, a global healthy living revolution. That's just one little bit of it. Because even if we get people to start drinking more water, stop drinking pop, they're doing Shred 10, right? So that is just one little bit of it. The other reason we don't want to put that stuff on there is because then it just becomes a billboard for selling Juice Plus. And people can make assumptions. They can then go off and research it on their own and go to places that don't have correct information. Or they have thoughts in their head what Juice Plus is about. Oh yeah, that's just one of those things. So by not putting any Juice Plus bottles, like you just don't, when I say the bottles, you don't want to show the labels. Like I've seen a couple recently where they're just showing the inside where the capsules are there, or capsules in your hand, chewables, spelling words out with the capsules, anything like that. I think that's good. Just not showing the word Juice Plus. Don't use Juice Plus, use whole food concentrates in your words, right? When you're talking about a story, I can't believe the difference a few simple changes made. I made a few simple changes to my diet. I added some whole food concentrates. Even that would be the closest I would get to saying that.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So when we don't say Juice Plus or show that, it reduces people's their skepticism and increases their curiosity. Because you want to get people into a conversation to find out their needs, because they may not even realize that they need Juice Plus because they don't even know what it does. So you want to have a conversation with them to find out what their needs are, what are their pain, and then if possible, we provide the solution. So if go back on your Instagram, on your Facebook, whatever it is, and if you have Juice Plus on there, take it down.
Yeah, I took my website down now. I did this probably when I first set this account up a couple years ago.
Good.
Didn't change it, so.
Good.
Yeah.
So one other thing I want to talk about, got a couple minutes here still, are hashtags. There's two different types. There's something called a community hashtag, which is just what everybody uses. So hashtag summertime. And then there are branded hashtags, which are your own. So I could make one up, like I have another Facebook thing, Sweet Life. So I could start using, or let's say hashtag Lululemon. So that's a branded hashtag, and their goal is to get us, the consumers, using their hashtag to promote them. So ideally, I could be the lazy chef, hashtag the lazy chef, and I'm trying to get my followers to start saying the lazy chef. Make sense? That's the difference between a community and a branded. So I just want to talk about the branded one right now. So the purpose of these, which I never knew what hashtags were, because I don't know about you guys, but you see a lot of people using them basically as run-on sentences. So that they can add, like they'll say something about whatever, and then they hashtag, never done that before, hashtag wish this was, or whatever. And I'm like, how do these hashtags work? So I knew that they were to create awareness, of course, but it's to increase our reach in social media. So you want to be using hashtags that are being used. And as I learned from, I don't know if Penny's on here, but some training that she got is the hashtags that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck in terms of increasing your reach have to have been used over 500,000 times. So when you write hashtag and you start to type the word summer, you know how it shows all the hashtags that have that word in there? Use the one, like click on the one that has at least 500,000 or more. So that when other people are using that word, our posts are going to come up there and it's going to reach out. And I started doing that, and I added an extra 100 followers within about 5 days. It was crazy. I just started using keywords that I saw that had at least 500,000 followers. The other thing I've started doing is, I can't think of an example, but breaking words up, because you'll have a higher hit if you break the word up and you use 2 hashtags as opposed to summertime's not a good one because it has a good number, but if it wasn't as good, I could put hashtag summer, hashtag time. So it still reads as a word or a sentence. Do you know what I mean? So I've started doing that in my sentences, is putting hashtags with those key words in front. And as I said, it's made a huge difference for followers, and I'm getting a lot more people even watching it and liking what I'm doing of my current followers already. So that has been really great for me. And then for another great tip she gave me was to find leaders in whatever, let's call it industry. So if you're a foodie, find a high profile nutritionist, find a chef. If you're in fitness, find a fitness person, a fitness model, a trainer, whatever it is, and follow them, at least 3 of their posts, and then comment on one, and it's going to get their attention, and then possibly, hopefully, they actually follow you back, and they can be hashtagging some of the stuff that you're doing or commenting on it. And the key to that is, you have this super famous person and they're commenting on your stuff, their followers are going to see that as well, so you can increase your reach that way and have these new people following you. So it's pretty cool. So that, let's see if there's anything else.
There's somebody asked on the chat, how often should we post to Instagram? I was told not to duplicate on Facebook in a close time frame. What do you suggest?
I can't answer that. I have heard everything from a couple times a week to once a day to several times a day. For me, what I find works is when I'll post on Instagram, like the regular feed, once a day for sure. If there's something worth posting, I'm doing something exciting and I think I want to tell everybody about it, then I will do it, because it's something I think that's really worth posting, not just, I got to post another quote or anything like that. But I use the stories a lot more. The Instagram story, instead of just the main thing. I'm using that a lot, and I'm getting a lot more hits, if you will, with that.
So what's the Instagram story?
You know, at the top left for your picture, if you touch that, that's something that lasts for 24 hours.
But what is that when you touch the story?
Then you can put a post there in your story as opposed to your regular feed.
Oh, well, when I touch that, then the camera comes up.
Right. So you can either take a picture, or I think it's on the bottom left, you can touch photos that were taken in the last 24 hours or so and use one of those.
Oh, okay.
And then it's really fun if you do that. You put a photo there. You can write on it, because you can add text to it. You can add other little GIFs, all kinds of stuff. I'll show you that some other time, Janice, because I don't know if people here know, and we're almost out of time anyways.
Okay.
I was just going to say something else. Yeah, so about the story. So yeah, I put more education information in the main part that will stay on my profile, whereas the story is just a fun thing. It could be a video of my cat falling in the water. Just good entertainment, and then it's gone. The other thing that's really cool that you can do with an Instagram story is you can post multiple ones. So I did this a little while ago, and it was about the healthy living revolution, because you can post 5 different slides up there and it will just move from one to the next. So you can tell a story. It's like flipping a page in your Instagram book. So you can say, once upon a time, we used to eat like this, and now ... And then the next slide is, now we eat like this ... And you can just tell a story so people can sit there and watch your Instagram story go by. So yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. So I highly recommend, like, I just sort of find stuff online for some free training and things like that. And then I am working with a social media person as well, a coach helping me with some stuff. I highly recommend it because it is making a difference, right? Instead of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah. So that is my 2 cents worth on what I have learned and share with you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Nikki, I know, is recording this, so you can go back and watch it. But yeah, I'm happy to share the little bit that I've learned. And what else do I want to tell you? We've got a lot of other training coming up as well. So make sure to get on the team call every Wednesday. I can't even think of what the other training is. We're going to have in the future somebody an accountant speaking for small business, because I get questions like that all the time. So she's going to come on and give some information. We're going to talk about money mindset, a girl who does work on that with people. She's going to that's going to be a longer one too, probably an hour long training. So I think that's going to be good. That's going to be coming up in September. So we are working hard to put lots of like stuff you can sink your teeth into training. If there's stuff you guys want, please let us know, because we're always racking our brains trying to think, other than the business training and that stuff, or let us know business training too, but what else do you guys need? And we are happy to find people if we don't know that have those skill sets. So let us know. Happy to do that. Or any other ideas, always open. 4 of us run out of ideas. What are we going to talk about? We need to do something. So please just reach out to whoever and let us know. We'd appreciate it. So on that note, guys, have an awesome night, rest of this hot week, and we will see you next Wednesday. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.